TIFU by buying everyone an AncestryDNA kit and ruining Christmas. Earlier this year, AncestryDNA had a sale on their kit. I thought it would be a great gift idea, so I bought 6 of them for Christmas presents. Today my family got together to exchange presents for our Christmas Eve tradition, and I gave my mom, dad, brother, and 2 sisters each a kit. As soon as everyone opened their gift at the same time, my mom started freaking out. She told us how she didn't want us taking them because they had unsafe chemicals. We explained to her how there were actually no chemicals, but we could tell she was still flustered. Later she started trying to convince us that only one of us kids need to take it, since we will all have the same results, and to wrestle extra kits to save money. Fast forward, our parents have been fighting upstairs for the past hour, and we are downstairs trying to figure out who has a different dad. TL, Doctor, I bought everyone in my family AncestryDNA kit for Christmas. My mom started freaking. Now our parents are fighting, and my dad might not be my dad. Update, thank you so much for all the love and support. My sisters, brother and I have not yet decided if we are going to take the test. No matter what the results are, we will still love each other and our parents no matter what. Update 2, Christmas isn't ruined. My foo actually turned into a Christmas miracle. Turns out my sister's father passed away shortly after she was born. A good friend of my mom's was able to help her through the darkest time in her life, and they went on to fall in love and create the rest of our family. They never told us because of how hard it was for my mom. Last night she was strong enough to share stories and photos with us for the first time, and it truly brought us even closer together as a family. This is a Christmas we will never forget. And yes, we are all excited to get our test results. Merry Christmas everyone. P.S. Sorry my mom isn't a whore. No, you're not my daddy. Excellent Christmas drama. Update us on who is your new dad. Please let me know which one is my dad as well. Not enough DNA test kits in the world for that. Your mom is a DNA test kit. That's some good shit right there. Love the mental image of all the kids in various states of inebriation sitting in a circle playing Guess the Bastard. Look at this guy. Look at that fucking nose. You see the rest of us with that nose? Could be the nose, could also be the fact that Jake is black. I always knew something was just a little off about Jake. He always looked at me weird when we were camping. Hey, Crabman. Hey Earl. I mean, it is Op's mom, so any of us could be the father. Shit, my past on's barks comes back to haunt me. Should have listened in sex ed class and worn a condom while playing Cody. The one getting fucked doesn't wear a condom, silly. Best case scenario, one of the kids has a different dad. Worst case, all of the kids have a different dad. Worst case, all the kids have a different dad. Best case scenario is no one is someone else's kid, but the mom cheated and wasn't sure if one of them was. What if the mom isn't the mother? What if they're all adopted? Was thinking this. Maybe she had good intentions. And we are downstairs trying to figure out who has a different dad. I'm sorry, but that made me giggle. Well, the DNA kits should help. If only they had a way to find out. I had the opposite thing happen. I did 23andMe and found out that my first cousins, who I'm not close with, they were estranged for a long time from my dad's brother, also had done 23andMe because it matched us as fur. I did this, and he was like, wait, it said that Karen is your first cousin? And I was like, yeah. And he asked to see it, and then he said, I have to call my brother. Turned out that my uncle has been convinced for decades that his ex-wife had an affair and his youngest daughter, Karen, wasn't really his. Turns out she has been this whole time. I hope he wasn't a dick to Karen. Damn it, Karen. I'm sorry. What the fuck, Karen? That really sucks. Well, I can't get my childhood back now. She told us how she didn't want us taking them because they had unsafe chemicals. This adds so much to the authenticity of the story. This is exactly the kind of spot to try and fail to hide something. Yeah. I did the 23andMe and all you do is spit in a tube. Not sure if Ancestry is any different. With Ancestry you inject unlabeled chemicals via syringe and then mail your feces a day later. Fun for the whole family. Haha, my dad has been running 23andMe since my homeschooling days, I think, lol. People who were just banging away in the 80s and 90s didn't see this one coming. Damn. This makes the 80s and 90s sound much more exciting than I experienced them. Like how I imagine the 60s and 70s. The 80s were crazy. A shit ton of cocaine and unprotected sex. Then Eds had to come and ruin it for everyone. Edit, Reddit Silver. What an honor. Thank you, kind benefactor. I don't know, man. HPV, chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis and herpes don't sound fun either. They sound like fun words, as long as you don't know the definition. Herpes sounds like it should be what happens when you swallow gum and get a case of hiccup burps. I got a fit of the herpes after accidentally swallowing Bazooka Joe. Hahaha, sorry, not funny, but a similar thing happened with me. My mom bought both of my sister's DNA kits, and when I inquired as to why I was left out, she told me my results would be the same as this, so I asked why she bothered getting them both the kits, and she got dead serious, and told me I needed to stop. Lol. What? Why even get one then? Seriously, why would she even start them down that path? She's got to have like zero insight to think that it wouldn't make op ask questions. I know this is a shocker, but self-centered people willing to cheat and lie to multiple people for their entire lives usually have pretty shitty judgment. He might be adopted. Bless your heart, that is a level of positivity I didn't expect to see here. I'm adopted, so I love reading these stories. At least I knew I was a bastard. Lol. Everyone hears about this kind of shit, but you never expect it to happen to you. A guy found me on 23andMe, and it turned out we had 12.5% DNA in common, making us close cousins. But then I found out he was born in the 50s, which makes cousinship impossible. It turns out he's my half-uncle. And in the process of figuring out how the hell he eluded the family, it turned out that the guy we thought was my great-uncle was actually my uncle. My grandma hid the fact that her very younger brother was actually her kid. And he was this guy's brother. Those kinds of bombshells can completely rewrite your family tree. It's wild. Edit, this blew up overnight. I just want to add that there was no fault involved. My grandmother had an extremely rough early life in WW2 and into post-war Europe. There's zero judgment for her choices, and it's not clear how much was even her choice to begin with. She passed away several years ago, so some of the reasoning and specifics will never be understood. If your family has a strange adoption story, or gave a child up along the way, remember that it was a vastly different time with a difficult social landscape. Be gentle and considerate of folks. I was adopted by my grandparents, and didn't know until I was older. The person I grew up with as an older sister was actually my biological mother. I think the same thing happened to Jack Nicholson. Given your parents' reaction, you weren't the one who fucked up here. Well, opening 6 DNA test kits at the same time is a move with a 1% family nuclear meltdown risk. Maybe not an F up, but not exactly a sweater. What if the sweater said, "Are you my real dad?" This doesn't have enough upvotes, I'm laughing so hard. My father also used the AncestryDNA kit. He didn't find anything unusual in the results, exactly what he thought it would be. But something weird did happen after he checked the box to allow close matches to contact him. Well, soon after he gets contacted by a woman he had never met who lives over 1,000 miles away from him, saying that Ancestry told her that the two of them are cousins. Genealogical records show no relation, but she told my dad that of her 3 siblings, only one of them had the expected ancestry report. Their parents were no longer living, so no one to ask. Anyway, upon further conversation, my dad finds out that when this woman was born, she lived in the same city as most of my dad's family. So he asks her to send him a picture, and he swears it's Uncle Lowy in a wig. My friend discovered through AncestryDNA that her grandpa wasn't actually her grandpa. Her actual grandpa was one of her grandparents' neighbors. Her grandparents had long since died, but her father was surprised by the news. Turns out one of his best friends growing up was also his half-brother. Edit, typo. This actually just happened to some non-direct relatives of mine, essentially my uncles-in-laws. His brother-in-law and the wife have 3 kids who all did 23andMe, and found out the oldest girl is not his daughter, but some other guy that his wife slept with early on in their marriage, got pregnant and thought she'd be able to hide it forever. The daughter's like 32 now, so they didn't have at-home DNA tests back then, and she probably never foresaw that being a thing. Long story short, we kind of always knew, because she didn't look like anyone else in that family, but when they found out they all flipped on their mom about it, and now the parents are getting divorced. Merry fucking Christmas. My boyfriend just had this happen. We found out he had a half-brother and the half-brother's parents are my boyfriend's godparents. It appears my boyfriend's mom slept with the godfather, and passed the pregnancy off as husbands. He's 28 and had no idea. We called his non-bio dad to ask questions and his first response was I knew it. Turns out he suspected all along, and decided he didn't care one way or the other. Shit, now I'm remembering how my mom didn't want me to get a 23andMe kit last Christmas. Her reasoning was that it was a waste of $99 and I could just average the results from her and my father's exams. My mom has always said that her dad was 50% Cherokee. I took the test last year, and it said I was 0% Native American. My dad started to insist that the tests are wrong and everything is made up. I'm now convinced I'm adopted. Pretty sure it's not that uncommon to falsely claim Native ancestry. And it's always Cherokee. I work at AncestryDNA. This actually happens all the time. Edit, wow. Didn't expect this much attention. I will gladly do an AMA here soon, as I finish out the holidays. Merry Christmas. You should do an AMA, I bet it would blow up given how popular this post is. You mean a TIFU, by convincing everyone to pay to have their DNA entered into a global database? We are going to want an update on this story. These tests are wild. I have uncovered so many skeletons, it's unreal. The person I thought was my bio grandpa was not, which means my mom died never knowing he wasn't her father. I found a sister that was adopted before me that I thought I'd never find, and now I'm trying to track down my birth father. My family is so normal and boring. I like it. Maybe you need a DNA ancestry kit. This sounds like those cheesy TV ads. Have a normal life 3. Don't have any juicy dramas? Tired of boring family gatherings? Well then use flex tape. DNA test kit. Slap your spit in this tube and find out just how much of a whore your grandma was. Cute a badly acted kid, wow. Grandma sure did got around. I have 16 new uncles. Thanks DNA kit. Honestly, this sounds like an ad you'd hear on a GTA radio station.